Hey, Soul Fam. So, I've been note-taking. I've been note-taking most of the day since I got back. I've been note-taking and researching and intuiting things, and I finally got all of this lovely information down to record a video because I was going to post it for YouTube for the solstice energy. And I had 4 failed attempts at recording the video. And as soon as I was like, all right, last try, I got the hiccups. So I was like, I can't start recording a video with the hiccups. Like, it's too much. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live on Facebook. And by the time I got live on Facebook, my hiccups were gone. And I was like, well, universe, I guess that means I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to be here. I only pulled 1 deck to keep with me, but I wanted to see how y'all were feeling, because I know this full moon energy with Sagittarius that we just had, Neptune was going retrograde at the same time. So Sagittarius is all about, if you think about it, expansion, right? It's all about expansion energy. Let's make it bigger. So when it did that full moon thing that it did with Neptune going retro, well, we all got a huge reality check. So everybody who had those wonderful planetary placements in their chart that just screamed anything to do with Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, like there were certain signs that just got fucking nailed. Nailed with that energy. Y'all probably hit some really low lows you haven't gone to in a really long time. Yeah, there was a lot of energy, energetic truth being revealed to the self. Now, because that energy is in Pisces, because that energy with Neptune in Pisces was so strong moving forward, it's going to continue to be retrograde for a while. Okay. Those truths that we've realized are truly within the self. Anybody else you're dealing with, only one other may or may not know the actual truth that you're facing, right? The reality that you're facing, that understands. Because for the most part, this truth to the self was so deep. It was so deep that you can't admit it. It's almost like you can't admit it to anybody. It's almost like that embarrassing or that shaming, or makes you feel that foolish, or it triggers your pride, right? You have so much pride that you can't possibly acknowledge that truth, right? And that's where the huge breaking moment was for a lot of people, realizing there's this truth in front of them that they've created, because a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're realizing what we've created for ourselves. You know, this opposition, we have two big oppositions going on right now. We have 2 big oppositions going on. We have the Cancer, Mercury and Mars conjunction that's opposing the Capricorn, Pluto and Saturn retrograde conjunction. That's also sextiling with Neptune now. That's retrograde. So there really is this energy of feeling like you deserve, right? With this Mars and Mercury and Cancer, there's this energy of I deserve. I want people to understand me. I want to better understand myself. I deserve to be loved, you know, and it's this please understand where I'm coming from energy that's being conflicted with this. I know that I created this fucked up karmic reality, and it doesn't matter what I say to anybody, they will not understand, right? Because if you're in a karmic situation, that's the opposition. They do not understand you. They do not understand where you're coming from. They don't understand the truth within yourself that you're realizing. They don't see the magnitude of how it's affecting things. Like, there's this real denial of how unhappy that certain aspects of your life are making you, right? It's almost like your life is designed to make you unhappy, right? Everything in your life is just designed to make you unhappy, and it's like, how do I fix it? Please understand this is all the stress I'm under. Work with me. Talk to me. Understand, right? Have some sympathy. Have some compassion for what I'm going through. These are all the things that we want other people to please. Like, please, I'm dealing with a lot. But if you're in a karmic situation, your karmic situation's like, I don't know how to stop you from sinking. I'm sorry, I can't be your float. Your karmic situation's like reality, right? Neptune retrogrades, reality. The reality of karma is hitting. The people or circumstances that you're in that don't feel good don't give a fuck that you don't feel good. And that's what everybody's facing, right? Now, the second opposition doesn't help, and there's a lot of other stuff going on with it. All right, there's a lot of other stuff going on with it. The second opposition we have is Venus in Gemini, and it's squaring off against Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, who is also getting squared energy from Neptune in Pisces, and it's sextiling with the moon in Aquarius. Now, what Jupiter is attempting to do in retrograde against this Venus Gemini position, it's trying to undo bad luck in the heart, bad luck in love. It's trying to undo this feeling of love sucks and it never works out. Because in all reality, right, the sextile with the moon in Aquarius and the square with the truth, we're realizing when we connect with our higher selves and the mind that we don't see how our reality could possibly continue moving forward. We want it to hell or high water, because Venus in Gemini, this particular placement is not flattering for Venus as far as like if you like romance. If you really like romance and you like a person who's attentive and considerate and all of those things, a Gemini Venus placement is a little more surface. It's more about relationships of convenience. It works well. It's like, listen, we can deal with the not so great sex life. We can deal with, the fact that there's no emotions. Like, I need you in this way as a partner, you need me in this way as a partner, and we can both use each other in that way, and it'll just be fine. We'll get through life. It's that mentality. And it's squaring the truth, so it doesn't want to hear it. It doesn't want to hear the truth. The truth, that revelation within the self. It doesn't want to hear it. It knows that when we connect with ourselves, there's more to life than this. That's the moon in Aquarius. There's more to life than this, and we know it. And it has this wild card aspect with a quincunx. Now, the quincunx, it's a double quincunx, okay? And it's between Poseidon, which is an asteroid. It's Poseidon in Scorpio, and the other one is the Saturn retrograde in Capricorn. Now, we don't get into the asteroids too much most of the time, but I like to pick them apart because they're the details that matter. To me, it's the devil in the details. So you can have all these major energies, but unless you know what the little details are, you don't quite understand how the universe is tweaking things. And there's a really big tweak. There's a really big tweak to this Venus and Gemini placement. The quincunx that goes down from Venus to Poseidon. Poseidon is in retrograde. It's in retrograde motion. Poseidon, as an asteroid, represents the opposite of Neptune. So if Neptune is all about illusion and 3D karma that we've accumulated in this life to heal, in our perspectives and belief systems, Poseidon, as an asteroid, represents true north, as far as like the integrity of your soul. It is like the inner child on steroids as far as your truth goes. Now, when it's retrograding, it's massive denial. It's trining with Kronos, which is the cold-hearted. Kronos is the father of the gods that decided he was going to eat all of his children so that they would never overthrow him and he would be powerful forever. He would reign forever. This is Kronos. Kronos is trining with Poseidon, who is now completely unhinged against his truth. And it's squaring Pallas and Libra, which means anything that you try to come up with as far as a solution is being denied. It's like access denied. Oh, that's a possible solution, and it has a 99.999% chance of working. Access denied. We're not doing it, because there's this absolute undercurrent from the dark forces that be, right? The malefics that are trying to absolutely kill, and I mean kill, with Kronos and Poseidon like this, with a superficial Venus, with all of these squares, and it's in opposition to your truth, the expansion of your truth and your soul destiny. Like, listen, there is this wanting within the self to kill the truth. Kill the truth. If I could kill that truth within myself, that revelation, if I could kill that truth within the self, everything will work. Everything will be great. That truth will go away. It won't be on my soul anymore, and I could just pretend. I could just pretend that life is peachy with this Venus and Gemini. People are dead set on lying to themselves. And the biggest reason is finances. The biggest reason is finances, just because of the placements. It's fearing being able to maintain or not maintain your physical well-being, your financial well-being. Right? You don't want to lose or shift or have huge breaks to your 3D reality. Right? You don't want to lose your home. You don't want to lose your car. You don't want to have to change jobs. You don't want to have to pay child support. You don't want to have to whatever. You don't want to have to. And so it's like, whatever my truth is that's trying to fuck up this cookie cutter, picture perfect shit that just is convenient and works for me, whatever that truth is that's trying to get in the way of my everyday has to die. It's getting in the way. It's gonna, if I go after my truth, it's gonna fuck up everything. That's where the mind's at. The mind's like, listen, if you go after your truth right now, you're gonna fuck up everything. And that's the harsh reality that people are facing against this Jupiter, right? Because the Jupiter opposition is like, listen, I'm trying to undo the bad luck you have on your heart space. I'm trying to give you the dreams that you think are impossible to reach. You're in mucho denial right now, right? That's what Jupiter retrograde is saying. You're in mucho denial right now. And I'm trying to undo all of this crap you've done to your heart space. Right? I'm trying to undo all this crap that you've done to your heart space. It's asking you to see the solution that exists beyond your perceived limitations, right? Your limited perception. Jupiter's asking you to try and see a solution beyond your limited perception. If you think that this Venus, Gemini energy, right, the convenience is the only thing that matters, maybe that money and financial stability are the only thing that matters, and you are denying the truth in yourself that you're not happy, because that's what the other opposition is calling for. It's no different. We're really being pulled in two directions when it comes to our hearts and our truth, our soul's truth. And wanting to just cover it all up and hide away. Like it never happened. Like the truth never existed. There's a serious part of the self that wishes the truth wasn't the truth. That the reality was not the reality. And it's like, damn it. Damn it, right? Damn it. It's just this fucking energy because you know. Like, you know what you want. I think at this point, everybody's clear on the dream, right? Everybody's clear on the dream. And everybody is either fighting it and in denial of it, or they're having a complete breakdown over the fact that they know they have to let it go. because they see something that others don't. It's just the way it is. It's the way the cosmos are right now. The other squares that are going on, because those are the two big oppositions. We have one other square that I didn't previously mention, and it's the square with the Sun in Cancer, fresh in Cancer, versus Chiron in Aries. Chiron in Aries is quincunxed with trans Pluto and Virgo, and it's got this mini grand trine kind of energy because it's set up like a grand trine, but it's not like technically major planets, so it's not. But it's the same triangle connecting shape, right? And it's Chiron in Aries with Juno in Leo and Ceres in Sagittarius retrograding. The Sun in Cancer, sextiling trans Pluto, is letting you know that, listen, when we take the steps, it's letting you know when we take the steps we need to take to love ourselves best, we manifest our best. That's what the new Sun in Cancer is letting you know. When you put your best foot forward and you take the best steps you can take in the best order that you can take them, that when you put your best self forward, you will manifest your best. You will manifest your best. And with that Cancerian energy, it's self-love through the roof. It's wanting to protect the self. It doesn't want to hurt the self. And so even though our truth is shining on the inside, we're protecting our outer experience. We don't know what's going to happen to the outer, and people work hard. They invest in their relationships. They invest in their homes. They invest in their cars. They invest in their jobs. They invest in things. And people are like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, all that I worked for, all that I built, all the time I put in, all the blood, sweat, and tears, you know, and it's getting to this maximum energy point where people are breaking. People are breaking. The quincunx with trans Pluto and the trining between Juno and Ceres with Chiron. Destiny's going to work out better than you anticipate. It is. It's going to work out better than you anticipate. However, it requires the recognition of self-betrayal. How you have betrayed yourself getting you into the circumstance that you're in. Knowing where your belief systems and what you've been programmed to, you know, as acceptable, unacceptable, should, shouldn't do, ego, whatever. You're realizing how you might have betrayed yourself in the past. And in order to heal the heart space, right, because Ceres is retrograding in Sag, in order to heal the heart space, the square is making it very difficult to want to do that. It's making it very difficult to want to do that. So in a nutshell, everything in your being wants to be your true self, and everything outside of your being is saying you need to stay put, despite the fact that you're miserable. And that's the malefic versus the benefic energies. With this shit. Now, for the good stuff, right? The good stuff. Because all of that stuff needs to be, you need to go into override. Like manual override. Because the way the program is set up, you could stay stuck. So you need to kind of flip that switch in your mind and say manual override. Manual override. We are not going back and staying in karma and unhappy things that are just convenient. It doesn't resonate. It's not going to manifest your best. Even if you don't know how the other options are going to manifest your best. The universe is like, you can trust me, bro, or you don't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to see in hindsight either way. Because 2020, the year 2020 is going to be 2020 vision. It's going to be hindsight 2020 vision. Quite literally, it's setting it up. So, due diligence, override the parts of yourself that are riddled with fear. If you're afraid of losing anything, override it. Just tell yourself you're going to override it. All right? The trines, these are supporting energies. So we do have a trine with trans Pluto in Virgo, which is all about the step-by-step. That's your highest self being, listen, there's steps. Listen, there's steps. I know you're all gung-ho. You're probably born in a time where, trans Pluto was in Leo or Cancer, and you're all about, the self and instant gratification, and now it's not about that. It's about learning step-by-steps. Trining with Vesta, Uranus, and Fortune's door in Taurus is letting you know, if you take the steps, if you take those guided steps, independence and abundance is the windfall, because that's Vesta with Uranus and Fortune's door. That's the combo, and they're at 4, 5, 6 degrees. They're all conjunct with each other. They're all on top of each other. So if you decide, if you just simply chose it today, even if you didn't take an actual step today outside of choosing it, choosing your truth, whatever that is, you are literally claiming your energetic independence. Even if you're moving into a new relationship, you're going to freely be able to be yourself in the relationship, right? This is not codependent. It is setting you up for independence and a windfall of abundance. A windfall of fortune. Doing as you're guided in self-love yields the opening of Fortune's door into the 3D realm. Take the risk. Take the risk. It's supporting you through the roof. The other trine that we're dealing with is the trine between Neptune retrograde in Pisces and Cancer Mars. This is the removal of illusion and the passion of the self, love, self-protection, and the desire to fulfill our desires, right? We have this need to want to check off our soul's bucket list, right? Energetically speaking, our soul's bucket list. We want to be happy. We want to feel fulfilled. We want to have, certain benchmark achievements with our energy. And that's what it's doing. It's supporting you getting through illusion, taking those actions, right? Because Mars is all about action. The truth is being supported when you love yourself and you protect yourself from the karmic reality that you've created that is not in your highest good. Everything flips. There's also this triple trine, right? This water trine with Kronos, Poseidon, and Lilith. Poseidon and Lilith are both retrograde. Oh shit balls was the notes that I wrote. Quite literally, oh shit balls. Because Kronos is power at all costs. Poseidon retrograde is lies to the soul. And Lilith retrograde is spite and revenge. So when you have those energies trining and supporting each other, that's kind of like sitting over it, devil in the details. This has to do with your emotions, right? Water. And the fight to survive inner destruction of the heart space. When I tell you everything is gearing you to kill that truth, that soul truth, to lock you into karma for the rest of your lifetime, right? The rest of this lifetime is essentially what it's setting you up for. If you were to choose karma, if you were to choose to stagnate, if you were to choose to do what makes the most sense because you're afraid of losing everything, like attracts like. If you're afraid of losing everything, at some point you're going to lose it all anyway. It's not meant for you. You fear losing it because you already know it's imminent. It's imminent. You wouldn't fear losing it. Your truth, whatever your truth is, if you had it, you know you wouldn't lose it. You know it would nurture you. You know it would protect you. And then it would elevate you on your soul's path so that you can actually manifest your dreams. So there is this watery trine asking you to fight for your right to survive the forces that are trying to destroy everything that you truly did sign up for to experience in your highest good in this lifetime. And we're all feeling it. That's why we're all going through these big purgings within the self, right? Where we have all of this stuff coming up between the Sagittarius full moon with Neptune retrograde. Like, it was just big. It was really big, and the universe is like, whatever this is that was piled up down there or buried down there, whatever those lessons were, we need to dredge it all the fuck up. We need to dredge it all up so that we can feel through it and choose not to put ourselves in situations where we get these huge 20/20 hindsights later on and we realize how we fucked ourselves. Right. Realize how we fuck ourselves. The universe is like, don't do it. It's like, please don't do it. I know it's tempting. The Capricorn energy, it's really tempting to stay put. And it's really tempting to kill your truth because it would make it so much easier. And yet doing that, you're kind of just sealing yourself off. You're just sealing yourself off from what your soul wanted when it came. The other thing I want to talk about are these quintiles that are going on. It's a minor aspect. It's not anything that's super major like an opposition, but it's a detail. And quintiles, from what I've researched, deal more in the 5D, which is the energetic, downloaded part of ourselves that's communicating, that's not necessarily going on in 3D. It's 5D shifts. And we have this quintile between trans-Pluto and Virgo to Pluto and Saturn retrograde. This is the universe knowing in the 5D that there are delays right now to what you want, what you think you want, right? There's delays right now to what you think you want because there's steps required to be taken in another direction. And the universe, with that energy, is putting the brakes on. This trans-Pluto and Virgo, you know, with this energy and with Capricorn and Pluto, is like, listen, this is about the long way or the short way. And we got to give them every opportunity to take it, or it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. They have to have every opportunity to heal, right? Because healing is imminent, and they want to know, and I say the highers, want to know if you want to do the long way or the short way. That's your free will choice, one or the other. Right? There's no loopholes. Because it's going to get you to the same destination one way or the other, this lifetime or another. It's asking you if you want to go the long way or the short way. Because the short way, yeah, you're going to deal with all of those shifts. Yeah, you know, you're going to probably have to change some things in your 3D that maybe aren't going to be accepted or liked by other people. Even though it resonates with your soul, it's not going to resonate with theirs. Whenever you go into the highest vibration of self-love, it triggers the fuck out of everybody else. And that's okay. The universe understands that this is a serious decision. Cosmically, this energy's been building up for lifetimes. And it's not going to let you miss it if you really do decide to go catch it. Right now, there's also a quintile between Mars in Cancer and Lilith in Pisces. And she's retrograding, like I said. So, two things are going on in the 5D when it comes to that. And this you might want to... This is probably the best little keynote of information I could give you about what you're dealing with right now. It's a great time for astral encounters. All right, with these energies. There's also a great deal being focused on as far as forgiving the shadow self, the shadow aspects of ourself. And we're being triggered to face our fears via dream state. If Mars, right, in Cancer, wants you to take action on protecting your self-love, and Lilith retrograding in Pisces is all about sticking it to you in the dream state, Your dreams could go one of two ways. You could wake up from a dream with your ideal partner, and it was a beautiful dream, and you realize your reality is what it is, and it sucks, and so you feel that dig when you wake up. Or you're having dreams of the person you know you're meant to be with, and they're coming off like a demon, right? Or the absolute opposite of everything that you want or everything that you see them as. They're coming off like the complete opposite, to the point that you wake up and you're like, oh my God, like I could never be with that person. My dreams are telling me like I'm dreaming they're the devil. It's triggering your fears. Your dreams are triggering fears. So if you're afraid that you truly do love someone that you can't be with because you think it's impossible, you're going to trigger healing through the dream state that way. If you know you're meant to be with somebody and you're resistant because you would rather like be absolutely afraid, it's going to trigger that fear in your dream, and it's going to be that wanting to kill the truth, right? You wake up and you want to kill the truth within yourself. You're like, I could never go down that road. So your dream states are playing on irrational fears, worst case scenarios in the mind. Who and what you are meant to be with or meant to have will always be meant for you. This energy says that when you say you're sorry, you realize the person you're saying sorry to is also sorry for things. You know, it's a matter of wanting to take that step forward first and be like, you know what? I really am sorry. And if you can do that, when you're in alignment with someone, when they're meant for you, or when a job is meant for you, when you're in alignment with something that your soul signed up for, and you align yourself with it, you click into it, there's nothing that can take it except you and your own fear, right? If you let fear back in. But that's what the dream state's doing. So if you're having really bizarre dreams right now, you don't know how to take them, take it for a grain of salt. Take it for a grain of salt as far as truth, because Lilith is twisting things around in there, okay? She's twisting things around in there. You're most likely to connect. You're also, you want to hear some weird shit? For those of you who are really tuned in, you'll also be almost like projecting in the mind, right? Where you feel like you flash into somewhere else and you could see what's going on in a room, but you're not there, and you don't know why you're seeing a flash of something that you're not there. But it's like you're seeing it from the eyes of someone else. That's going to be happening too. Okay? Things like that. You're also probably going to be picking up on a lot of your clairsensing. Just a lot of your clairsensing. Whatever is going on in your dream state, just know it's those dark energies trying to turn you against whatever your soul has intended for itself and its highest good. Be aware of that. All right, be aware of that. Those are the main points. Those are the main points that I wanted to talk about. Now I'm peeking and taking notes now that's a little bit forward. We have this huge, the start of eclipse season coming up on July 2nd with the new moon. We're going to have a total solar eclipse on July 2nd. And of course we're coming back up to the 1 year after Lionsgate, which I did a lot on last year, and it was a big cosmic event, the Lionsgate portal. It was a very specific alignment, and I'm going to be comparing the placements from last year to the placements now and seeing where the journey has taken us and all the different spokes of the wheel. Yeah, the dreams, it's a major heads up. That's a major heads up, because everything, like I said, everything going on in the cosmos right now is trying to shut down the truth, right? The soul's dream, the truth. And we have to override it. It's like, that's the test. Can we get ourselves out of the karmic loop? Can we heal? Can we ascend? Can we invest in ourselves enough, right? Taking action steps towards our truth, that energetic frequency blowing itself out and rippling itself out It quite literally, like, especially with twin flames, when twin flames come together and they actually start to click, right? It's not just coming together in union. Listen, there's a total difference between coming into union and clicking and coming together in the physical and separating again and actually being in union. Being in union is the mental click. It's the soul click where we're like, okay, now we're both crystal fucking clear. Now we're both crystal fucking clear on how this all works, and you and I are in it together, right? In it to win it. This is it. Like, that's when ride or die status clicks in. I got me and you got me. I got you and you got me. And that's it. Right? It's that kind of click. Everything else, guys, when you're moving forward with these energies, stay on your A game. Just stay on your A game. You know, if you don't have a twin flame or have no idea what a twin flame is, don't resonate with that journey whatsoever, used to, now you don't, maybe you stopped and do again, like, it doesn't matter. Just know whatever the truth is in your heart, as soon as you click into it, whoever else is in alignment with that soul journey, they're going to click into it. As long as you can stay on your shit, you're going to click in. If for whatever reason someone misses the window, partner-wise, because free will, it can go either way. There's positive and negative, light, dark, love, pain, fear, whatever you want to call it, right? There's a path out there for you anyway. Divine union within the self. Because if you're in a vibration to manifest your divine counterpart and your counterpart's not ready, that does not mean that your vibration doesn't count. The universe is like, they still fucking blew it through the roof. So let's manifest them a divine reality to match. And you're going to get your windfall and your abundance and your independence anyway. You know, so don't worry too much about that. I mean, you're kind of golden, right? You're kind of golden if you take those steps. Because like I said, Trans Pluto and Virgo is all about take the steps. Take the steps. Take the steps, one step at a time. You can't jump steps. You can't get ahead of yourself. This is no instant gratification. If you want the big shebang, start somewhere. Start somewhere. Yeah. It's not even necessarily to distract yourself from your twin flame, because, I mean, in all reality, our twins and divine time, if we're being distracted from our twin, there might be a lesson in it. And avoiding the lesson because we're clinging on to the idea of our flame and not wanting to ruin it. I mean, we could miss out on a lesson and totally skip out on the destiny and the journey. You know, the destiny and the journey might not say, hey, you get to be with your flame in a few months. You know, the destiny and the journey might say, hey, if you detach yourself from this karmic situation now, I'm going to put you into this situation to help you heal this. And by the time you're all done, this will be set up and you can do that. And when that's all finished, you've knocked off all your little soul list. And guess what? Now you've resonated to manifest your divine counterpart or your soulmate, you know, your ride or die to the end, like your abundance, your wealth, your stability, all that stuff. You're going to get it anyway. You know, it's, trust me when I tell you, the universe, everything you think you know is wrong all the time. I've been humbled by that many, many times. Everything you think you know at any moment could be completely negated. And that is the beauty of knowledge. And it's the truth. That is the fucking truth. Let me see. Let me catch up on some of the comments here, guys. Yeah, I got Astro Gold and I started researching so much since I got it because there was just so much more information than I originally knew about. You know, it's like everything you think you know is wrong. And when I say wrong, it might not be completely negated. It just be like completely changed because there's this new detail that you didn't know. There's this new detail. So I did pull out my Lightwork Oracle deck. I think I will pull a card. Or two or three. We'll see what comes out. The Divine knows what it's doing. What message above all other messages? Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Wow. Oh, there's 3. Yeah. Unplug from mass consciousness is the first card. Unplug from mass consciousness. This is unplugging from that Gemini Venus energy, that malefic water trine of wanting to self-destruct, that Chronos Poseidon energy of wanting to self-destruct with Lilith. Unplug yourself from mass consciousness. Don't kill your soul's destiny path, whatever. Don't miss fate's door. You know what I mean? Don't miss fortune's door. If you know that you need to start expressing yourself, because like I said, it's a step-by-step manner. The universe knows, right? Alchemical mutation. The universe knows, in order to heal and get you out of that karmic situation that you're in, whatever it is, it's not going to happen in one conversation. It's not going to happen in one choice of actions. It's step by step. There's many steps in order to release yourself from this smoothly. There's a way out smoothly. And I say that in quotations, smoothly, relatively smooth compared to how else you could get out, okay? There's steps to take. And I've been getting a lot of synchronicities that have to do with keys. The hawk has been one. Archangel Michael's been very present. There's this real serious energy of truth. You know, it is a process to go from the mass conscious, right? The unplugged kind of matrix, right? This matrix reality that we've all bought into, right? It's what we were born into. So we bought into it. And in order to shift and alchemically transform, right, in the self, that we can combine our own masculine and feminine energy within, that we can have that divine union within the self and create and manifest our best, right? Because when we put our best foot forward, we manifest our best. Like attracts like. If you lie to yourself and you're living a lie, you're going to manifest in your reality proof of that. And we hate ourselves for it. We've got to get out of this mass consciousness thing. And remember, we're star children. We are made of the same stuff as the stars. We're made of the same stuff as magic and miracle. We're made of the same cosmic magnificence. Why would we limit ourselves with a perception that keeps us away from our grandeur, keeps us away from our best, our most powerful self? Can manifest whatever you want in your highest good. You know, God knows when twin flames actually click in, when your divine counterpart and you actually click into that ride or die mode where you know it's both of you on point now for the rest of it. Start manifesting crazy shit. Crazy awesome shit. Crazy awesome shit. You just kind of have to let your emotions slide right through your fingers, right? The truth is the key. I'm also, forgive me guys, I'm getting messages. I just heard clean out the garden. And because I was researching Lenormand today, I literally ended on the garden card, so go figure. Cleaning out the garden. The garden is an environment, and it's a very beautiful place to be in, right? When we think of gardens, think the Garden of Eden and all this stuff, you know, paradise. But there's still snakes in the garden, okay? It's kind of like the way I was getting it when I was just told clean out the garden. Like, for as magical and beautiful and paradise-like that this garden is, that we can create for ourselves, there will always be snakes trying to slip their way into the garden. And instead of freaking out at the snakes or freezing and letting them bite us and paralyze us, and we forget about the beautiful environment that we've created, we get distracted by this little snake. We got to start letting them go along their way, or figure out a way to catch them and take them and put them outside on the other side, right, of the garden's gate. Like, put them over there, and keep your garden clean. Get rid of the weeds. You know what I mean? Like, clean it up. If you want your life to be beautiful, clean it up. Clean out the stuff that is keeping it from being its best. A garden can be absolutely beautiful with its weeds. It can be absolutely 10 times more beautiful without them. Just keep it in mind. Because weeds, if you think about what they do, you know, they steal nutrition from other plants. Like, they draw certain things. Like, listen, if it ain't beautiful, if it ain't creating that scenic, I can get lost in here forever feeling. I want to stay lost in this forever feeling. If it's not creating that, get rid of it, because it's distracting you from your undeniable and flowing endless peace. You know, don't let it take your peace. Yeah, organizing, exactly. Take it how it resonates. It's time to clean your life out. It's time to clean your life out. Step by step. One step at a time. Just start chucking away at it. If something's not jiving with you anymore, what can you do to replace it? If you don't like your job, can you start applying to new ones? If you don't like the location, start looking for new ones. If you don't like your partner, start letting them go. Voice the truth. Start working on your independence. The separation from karmic relationships, so that you can rebalance, right? That alchemical mutation within the self, so that you can rebalance and then soar. Go from a position of feeling grounded to soaring, right? Planting those seeds in the mind that you're going to choose it for yourself. You don't know what steps you're going to take in what order yet, but you know that you've chosen your highest. As long as you do that, choose your highest, declare it within yourself. I choose my highest good. Whatever that means, whatever that looks like. Universe, whatever you would have me do, whatever you would have me say, wherever you would have me go, if it's in the highest good of all, so be it. So be it. And you just make that promise to yourself. You don't have to know the rest yet. That promise to self was the first step. Congratulations, you've already taken it. The next step is on its way. The next step is on its way. You're a beautiful star child. You're a being of the cosmos. You're not so human. It's just your vehicle to learn here. So with that said, guys, I hope the information helps. I hope the replay is able to help all of you as well. Now that this is up, I will eventually have it recorded up on YouTube, so you guys can find it without having to go through my feed. All right. I love all of you, and I will see you all soon. Until next time, guys, love each other and love yourselves. Bye.